Okay, in that you go to your assignment section. Okay, in that assignment, okay, the assignment is visible to everyone. Okay, that is observation 1. Practice maths program. Okay, I mentioned within bracket as signature. It means before submitting this document, you have to get the signature from me. Then after my signature, you have to scan the document. Then you have to upload. That you can follow. Okay, here in your assignment section, which to be available, which will be get closed on what? Tuesday. Okay, then before that you have to take your signature. Okay, if you have taken that signature, then you can submit. Okay, that is the practice. Okay, if you clicked on this, okay, this is my view. But the student view will to be appear like this. Okay, I define my instruction. All students are hereby to watch the videos shared in MS Team and write your observation. Okay, you can go to your general. Okay, I have said. Okay, one is the types of operators and the commands. Video is there. Okay, this is I did in your regular class itself. Was that video? Then I made that discussion how to use your Google Colab to execute the program. Then at the same time, we are using Jupyter. Okay, I have the Jupyter. Okay, you have to search the Jupyter if you have a system and if you have installed. Okay, this will also be get opened in the what? Browser itself as your Colab. Okay, for this also be in internet to be get connected. Okay, because once the internet is get connected together, then you can make your execution in a proper way, because the whatever the update is to be required to make the execution is also be taking. Okay, once you did this, then you have to create a one folder. Okay, that is with respect to that the creation of the folder, or else you can choose already the existing folder. Okay, in that go for new Python. Okay, then it will be get opened a window. Okay, it is exactly similar to that of your Colab. Okay, then I can rename this. Okay, that is lab 107 20 07 10 2023. Okay, I will rename it. Here, the cell is there here. Then in Colab also be cell is there. Okay, like this. Okay, there is no difference at all. Okay, this is the software installed. I installed in my laptop. So that is to be available. What I will do? This code I did not. Okay, I will take this same code. I can type in Jupyter. Okay, but run is having like a play button. Here it is run. Okay, you can use this. Run. You got output. Class, I did this. Okay, how to execute the Python program or the code by the using Jupyter, okay, as well as Google Colab. Okay, now I will give the some other codes, then I will execute the same. What you need to do? Okay, you keep your mobile phone in desktop mode in your Chrome. Okay, then I will search what? Colab. Okay, Google Colab. Then I will get that. Okay, first one is about introduction. Okay, which is to be available here. What is that Colab? What is to be present? What are its application? Where it can be used? What is the necessity? All those things will be present. Okay, that explanation will be there. Why is it to be required? How it can be used? All those things are to be present. But we don't want this. Okay, what we want? We want the direct execution. Okay, so that the Google Colab, the second tab you can go. Okay, I will open that. Okay, then which will be appeared. Yesterday you can try the same thing. Okay, which will be appeared the same way. Okay, what is? One is the open Colab. Okay, another one is new notebook. Okay, these two options to be available here with a one dialog box, or else at the corner is also which is to be available. We can able to see here. Okay, you can use these two icons, then you can proceed. Okay, whatever I'm writing on the screen is visible, raise your hand. Thank you. Drop your hands. Okay, this is what with respect to that Colab, once you open, which will be appear like this. Here, if I already have a code, then which is to be present, then I need to execute in the same file itself, means go for open. Go for open. Okay, then you will get the drive system. Okay, in that drive system, yesterday I executed some program. I given that file as practice 6, 10, 20, 23. This is my file name. Okay, I've clicked. Okay, this file will be get opened. Okay, you should have the sufficient amount of the speed. Okay, this is yesterday what I prepared and opened. If this is already executed, if you got output, okay, then there is no necessity to go for open Colab. Directly you go for new book. Okay, once you click on new book, then new window will be get opened. Okay, in that new window, what you need to do? You need to rename the particular file. Okay, I am giving the rename. Lab 1. Today date I am mentioning 2023. Okay, dot pynb is the extension for to save the code in Python language. Okay, language is nothing but what? The communication between the two sources. Okay, that itself is called what? Language. Okay, you have to adopt the proper method is to be required for what? The communicating with respect to that of the programmer. Okay, we are typing something here, we are entering, that will be making the interaction, correspond that we are getting the output. Okay, that itself is what the tool is to be used for the programming application. Okay, what I did there, the some practice coding. Okay, that is hash is used for what? Comment. Okay, hash is used for what? Comment. Then here you have this play button. Okay, this itself is what for execution point of view. Okay, if you have clicked on this, then it will proceed for the execution. Okay, automatically that whatever the code is to be there will be saved. Okay, there is no necessity to save multiple times. If your internet is get connected, then automatically whatever the code is to be there will be saved itself. Then you click on this button. Okay, what is my statement here? Example, print in single quote I written, welcome to Maths Lab. Okay, means the whatever the data I have defined in between that single code will be get displayed as a output. In order to print this content, that is welcome to Maths Lab. Okay, it is to be displayed. Okay, if you want second means second tab, click on code. Okay, here is there to insert the code cell. You click on it, I will get the new code. Okay, whatever the second which to be there, then I can utilize it. The same. Okay, I'm using with respect to the what? Making that arithmetic operations. Okay, the example 2, a equal to 10. Okay, b equal to 20, c equal to b plus a. Okay, what is the answer for this? 10 plus 20 is what? 30. I need to get this output. Then semicolon is for end or the stopping of that particular statement which to be required. Okay, because of that reason only you can use the semicolon. Okay, this is how you need to define. What are these A, B, C? These are the variables. Variables are nothing but the whatever the data who is to be required to make the manipulation will be defined with respect to the alphabets. Those are itself is called what? Variables. Keep this is in mind. Okay, then whatever the variable is to be there, that variable value will be defined the particular values. Okay, this is what is to be required to understand the concept was to be do execution. Once you did this, then make execution. Okay, then I got the values. Okay, similar to that, the all other codes are to be available in your manual. Okay, all these codes you have to execute. Then you will understand what is to be required. Okay, regarding to that video link also I have said, watch those 4 videos compulsorily. Once you watch that videos, then you will understand, because all these things I did in previous class. Okay, that recording to be available, and as is I have said. Okay, was that? Still, if you are getting any doubt, then you can discuss this same. It is not at all be a problem. Okay, this is what the practice. Then all the codes are available. Then I attached in your assignment section. Check it out. Once I will also show that one. Then corresponds that you can make your execution in your mobile itself by the use of the Google Colab. Okay, last lab I have explained that. Okay, now we can proceed for the first lab. What is to be there? Okay, this is the first experiment, that is to make the plotting of 2D curves. One is the Cartesian curve, another one is polar curve. Okay, the Cartesian curve and the polar curve are itself is what? The 2-dimensional curves. Okay, what do you mean by it? The 2-dimensional curve. Whatever the graph you are going to draw between the 2 axes. Okay, I'm drawing on screen. If it is visible, raise your hand. Okay, whatever the curve you are going to draw between the 2 axes. Okay, those type of the graphs are itself is called as a 2D dimensional curve. Okay, if I taken this as x and this as y. Okay, then I'm going to define with respect to the sum values. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then this is 0. Then similar to that, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here first one is the scattered plot. Okay, for example, I'm going to take a point. This is 1 point. Having got the coordinate, x value is 1, y value is 2. Okay, I'm taking the one more point here. Y value is 3, x value is 3. Okay, if I taken the 1 point here, y value is 1, then x value is 2. This is what the graph is to be called as the scattered plot. Okay, this is what the scattered plot. Then how you need to get this scattered plot? By the use of data what's to be presented. What we need to do? We need to execute this code by the use of what? The Python tool. Okay, I told the 3 tools are to be available. Which are those? One is the software what is to be get installed is the Jupyter. Another one is IDLE. Then one more is what? The Visual Basics. Okay, these 3 tools are most commonly using for the execution of the Python codes. Okay, but for those things, the system is to be required to make the execution point of view. Okay, then once it is to be installed, then you can make utilize this same. Okay, if not, you can proceed with respect to the browser-based Google Colab. Okay, in that also you are going to get the output. Okay, here, what is this example? Plotting the points in scattered plot. Okay, what I need to do to make these points? What I want the value of x, then value of y. Okay, here they are mentioned x, y. What is this x? What is this y? This is the variable. X and y, it is what? It is variable. But I have written that is in square box. Okay, you can see there 1, 2, 3. Okay, like this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, everywhere we are given a comma. Okay, this is what the set of arrays are defined with respect to the x-axis values. Then similar to that of y-axis. 2, 3, 9, like that it is to be defined. Okay, this is corresponding to the what? Y-axis. What I need to do? I need to plot the values of x and the values of y over the graph. Okay, directly it is not possible to make the plotting. What I need to do? I need to import some libraries, or else I need to define the library. Okay, library is nothing but it is the set of instructions are to be defined in that library to do the mathematical evaluation. Okay, for that reason, what you are using here? We are using a import matplotlib dot pyplot as a PLT. Okay, pyplot is nothing but Python plot. Okay, this is the what the import command what is to be required. Okay, we are defining this into as a PLT. Okay, this is the variable. Every time we should not make to type this completely. Okay, matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. Okay, every time if you need to type this means we should take a time. Okay, every time you have to type this, then you have to add respect to the individual. Okay, later what you need to do? This is PLT dot scatter. Scatter is what? It is the command to draw the graph. Scatter is what? The command to get the scatter plot. Okay, that is what? Scatter. But what I need to plot from the scatter? That is x and y. Got my point? The x and y are the what? Variables. I need to plot these. Okay, then whatever the plot you are getting, okay, what is this x-axis I need to label? Then what is this y-axis I need to label? What is this x-axis? What is this y-axis? Because of that reason, PLT dot x label. What I defined? X-axis. Okay, this is the what? The naming for the x-axis. Then PLT dot y label. That is what? Y-axis. Naming the y-axis. Then I have to give the title for this. Okay, the whatever the plot is to be there. Okay, because of that reason, PLT dot title. Title is the command. Okay, for what? To define the title. We are using the single quote here. Why single quote? It is a string. Set of alphabets are to be present. Okay, because of that reason, the single quote scattered points. Okay, now to give the title for that particular graph, what you are getting the execution. Okay, but once I defined x variable, then y variable, label, scattered, then all these things you did, then I have to get that as a plot. Now I am drawing here. Okay, but after that execution, I need to get the display. Okay, because of that reason, PLT dot show. Okay, you have to make open bracket. You should not type anything in between that. It should be blank. This is the function to show the plot. Okay, hope everyone got this. If you are listening me, raise your hand. $11. Okay, now this code is there. Okay, what I need to do? I need to execute. Okay, this is the first. Okay, you have to type this. Okay, then I have explained this. What is import? Import is the library. Okay, this matplotlib dot pyplot is the command. Okay, for the what? The library is to be required to plot the particular graph. X and Y are the what? Variable values. Okay, with respect to the x-axis. Then Y is also be what? With respect to the y-axis. What I need to plot? Between these x and y, I need to plot the scatter graph. Then I have labeled the what is that x-axis, then what is that y-axis. Then I am going to give the title of that particular graph. Then I have to get the output. Okay, this is what the code you have to type. Once you type this code, what you need to do? Simply you have to click on this play button. That is what? Run. If you run this, then you will get that scatter graph. Got here? Here. Okay, what is that first point? 1, 2. You can see here. First point is in between 1 and 2. What is second point? 1, not 2, 2, 7. This is 2, x, then 7. In between 6 and 7, it is there. Got more point? Okay, these are the what? The scattered point you are going to get. Then what we defined in this code? Title of this graph, scattered points. Okay, which should be displaying here for this graph. Okay, then what is this y-axis? Y-axis defined. Okay, y label. Then similar to that, x label is x-axis. Okay, now I will modify. Okay, x-axis I will define as temperature. Okay, then y-axis I will define as humidity. Okay, then I'm going to get the changing this title. Okay, that is the temperature and humidity plot. Okay, then I'm executing. Now you can see here, which will be get changed. Can you able to see here? Humidity you got, then temperature, then this. Okay, that is the what? The defining. You to understand the command where you do the changes, what content is to be required. Got my point? This is what? The scattered plot. How you need to get to the as a output? By the execution of the Python code. Difference is there with Jupyter and Colab? No difference at all. Okay, just it is installed in laptop, but you are using that is in browser. Okay, because that platform will be get provided by the what? Google. Same code. I didn't change anything. Same thing I typed. Then I executed. Then I got that curve. This is how you need to make the execution. Okay, whichever the tool you are going to have, that tool you can utilize. Okay, ideally, another one is Jupyter, then Visual Studio. Okay, whichever convenient for you, you can adopt that. Okay, I adopted with respect to that, the execution by the use of Jupyter and the Google Colab. They execute all the code, whatever is to be defined to you all, the codes, then only will be able to understand. Before executing, kindly watch my video. Then only you can capable to understand the things. If not, it is very difficult to understand the concept what are to be defined. Okay, this is the first laboratory experiment. Okay, you have to write these headings using blue ink in your observation. Then remaining you have to write using black ink. Okay, whatever software you are using, Python by Colab online, then Jupyter, that is installed in software. Then MATLAB, I will discuss that later. Okay, what is to be used for the MATLAB. Now you don't bother about this MATLAB. Okay, depending on availability, you can decide. You have to write the theory also. Okay, what is that Cartesian curve? What is that polar curve? Okay, I have explained in class. Okay, that you have to refer the same. Then you have to write that is also. Then the code. Okay, then after getting this output, now you have to draw this using scale and pencil. Okay, draw that the same, the graph what you are going to get. Okay, don't take the printout, not at all be required. Just you have to draw this, how it's to be representing. Okay, use the blue ink, black ink and pencil to make the difference. Don't use red ink at all. Red ink should be utilized by the faculty in charge only. Don't use the red ink for writing your observation. Okay, all these 5 experiments you have to execute. All 5 codes. Then you will get the output. Then result will be there at the end. Okay, this is using MATLAB. MATLAB I didn't explain, you leave about it. Okay, that I will explain that later. How to use the MATLAB to make your execution. Okay, you have to write the procedure for Python. In your observation, you write for only Python code. Okay, don't write this MATLAB, not required. Okay, once I started MATLAB now, then I will inform you what to write for that MATLAB. MATLAB is not required to write. Keep this is in mind. Don't write all. Okay, here I have given heading MATLAB programs. No need to write in observation. Only you have to write the Python programs because I explained that is enough. You have to write your result. Okay, you have to write only the procedure for this Jupyter. That is, open the Colab or the Jupyter. Okay, then for the program execution, type the code or program and save. Then run the tool and obtain the result. This is the procedure. You have to remember this procedure. Write the result. What we did, we obtained the results or output for the Python program that uses matplotlib to plot the both Cartesian and the polar curve. Is it clear? Okay, then I will proceed for the second. Okay, what is this second program? Plotting a line. Okay, it is also be a two-dimensional. Okay, here y-axis and the x-axis. Okay, if I am going to draw a line or the variation, okay, this type of plot is called what? Line plot. Okay, I need to get this now. What I want? What are the parameters are to be there for x-axis? What are the parameters are to be there for y-axis? Okay, if you know this x-axis parameter and the y-axis parameter, then I can plot this easily. Okay, that is to be required. What I have to do? Again, the same library I have to import. Okay, that is matplotlib pyplot as plt. Okay, it means that the multiple time it is not required to define this command. Okay, instead of that, I am defining that as a plt. Okay, x values are defined and y values are defined. If any data are to be defined in square bracket with separation of comma 1, 2, okay, 3, comma 4. Okay, what it is called? It is called as a array. Remember this. Okay, these are what? X-axis values, x parameter. Then similarly for y parameter, corresponding y-axis values. Okay, then what you need to do? You have to plot, okay, x comma y in single quote r plus hyphen hyphen. Okay, you have to use the hyphen hyphen, that is the minus symbol. Then you are going to get the whatever the points which are to be available in the system with a dash line. Okay, R plus itself is what the plot you need to get into as a line. Okay, because of that reason you are using it. Then plot dot x label. X label is nothing but what? The x-axis, what is the name you need to give. Then y label is what? Y-axis, what name you are going to provide. Then plot plt dot title is what? The title of that particular graph. Okay, then plt dot show is what? I need to display that output, isn't it? Because of that reason, what we are using? Plt dot show, two parentheses, open bracket and closing bracket. Within that, you should not give any space or you should not enter any data. Then it will going to show the output. Okay, this is what the code. What I need to do? I have to type this code in what? The Python platform. Okay, you can use IDLE or you can use Jupyter or else you can use Visual Studio. Okay, but I am proceeding with respect to the what? The Google Colab. Okay, now I typed, okay, that is hash is for what? It is comment. Okay, means it can't include this line during its execution. Then importing is required for this module. Okay, that's why import matplotlib.pyplot as a plt. Okay, I explained this. Okay, everything will be defined. X parameter, Y parameter, then plot in order to get the line, then X label, Y label, what is the title. Okay, then I have to get this output as a graph. So that plot show. Okay, that is the function to show the plot. Then after this, what I have to do? I have to click on this run button. Then I will get the corresponding what? Graph. Okay, then I will click on it. All of you got me there? Here. You can able to see graph. Okay, that is R plus. Each itself is what? In order to plot the line graph. Okay, as well as the point is to be required. Okay, plus is what? Point. Here. Plus is there. You can able to see this now. Plus. Okay, I will use the dash line. Okay, that is, this is the line I am going to get. Okay, this is how you need to plot a line graph. Okay, R plus the negative. Then you are going to get the particular graph. Okay, if you need to modify the title now. Okay, that x-axis I will take water discharge. Okay, y-axis I will take power generation. Okay, based on whatever the amount of the water discharge from the hydroelectric power plant, then what is the amount of power which to be get generated. Okay, that is defined. Okay, then this is the analysis. Okay, I will give that as hydro plot. Okay, just I'm modifying. Okay, then I'm executing. Then you can see these will be get changed once I executed. That is what the commands how you are going to use. Hydro plot, power generation, water discharge. Hope everybody clear this example. If it cleared, raise your hand. Okay, this is how you need to get the line plot. Next, exponential curve. Okay, we can proceed for the exponential curve. The exponential curve will be represented by e to the power of x. Okay, that to be used with respect to that of the exponential curve, what is to be required. Okay, this is the what the curve I need to get at. Okay, because of that reason, we want a numpy. Okay, this is the what the library. Okay, in this numpy, the data what's to be required in order to get the sudden rise in its value. Okay, this is also be a two-dimensional graph only. Okay, there will be a presence of x-axis and there will be a presence of y-axis. Okay, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. But what happens? The exponentially rise has been happened. Okay, this type of graphs are itself is called as a what? The exponential curve. Okay, to get that data, because I can't define suddenly with respect to the value of the x, then what is the value of the y? Okay, instead of defining that parameter as a x and y, then we are going to use with respect to that library numpy. Okay, so that import numpy as np. Okay, I'm giving that as a variable. np stand for numpy. Okay, that is numbers in Python in order to get the output. Then what I need to do? I need to get the graph now. Because of that reason, import matplotlib dot py plot as plt. plt stand for what? The plotting the mathematical graph. Okay, that is what. Then x parameter. Okay, I want this number na, because the sum value will be remains constant. Later it will be get raised. Okay, because of that reason, np dot a range. I'm defining a range of value. Okay, what is to be required to be considered as a what? X value. Okay, that is what? Minus 10 plus 10.001. The whatever the variation is to be happened with respect to that of the individual. Okay, that values are to be defined with respect to the range. Okay, that within that range, the changes to be happened with respect to the what? With respect to the value over this plot, what you are going to get. Okay, it has to be get changing. Then only I will get the what? The exponential curve. Okay, because of that reason is to be defined. Then y is what? NP dot exponential of x, because I have taken this what? E to the power of x. Okay, the whatever the x is changing corresponds that y value will be get changing. Okay, because of the reason NP dot exp. Exp stand for exponential value. What is that exponential value? I have taken x as a variable. Okay, I have defined that x here. Y equal to NP dot exp of x. That is what? The exponential function I have defined. Later what I need to do? I need to get the graph. What I need to do? PLT dot plot x comma y. I know x, I know y. For that I need to get the graph. Okay, I have to give the title exponential curve. Okay, plot grid. Okay, displaying the grid. Here earlier what happens? There will be a white background, then you are getting the curve. Okay, but here we are going to get the points. Okay, whatever the variation is to be happen is to that particular grid, points are to be utilized to get that graph. Okay, so that the grid is also be used. Then plot dot show. Okay, in order to show the output of the graph. Hope it's clear to everyone. If it cleared, raise your hand. Thank you. Drop your hands. Okay, next what I need to do? I need to go to add code. I will insert. Then what I need to do? You have to type the code here. Okay, that is the exponential curve. Y is equal to e to the power of x. Okay, import a module. What is to be required? What are those modules or the libraries? That is one is NumPy, another one is that is matplotlib.py plot. Okay, so that the variable to be defining as NP and PLT. Okay, then whatever the x step values are to be there, increasing with respect to the minus 10 and 10 with a step length of what? 0.001. Okay, that is the step length. What is to be get increasing with respect to your curve. Okay, then y value I have to define what? E to the power of x. So that the command is what? exp. Okay, for this I have to take the numerical values. That is the numpy dot np dot exp of x. What is that x parameter corresponds that I need to get the plot. Okay, that I am going to define here. Okay, y is equal to np dot exp of x. Then plot x comma y. Then plt title plot grid. Then plot show. Okay, this is the what the code is to be there to execute in the program. Whatever the tool you are going to use, the same code you have to enter. Then you will get the output. Then I am using it. Then I got run. Then I got the values. What is grid? Earlier we don't have this. Can you able to see your grid? Grid is not there. Okay, grid is the thing, but this is the lines. Lines are to be present now. These are the grids. Okay, those grid. Then over that, this value is appeared. That is what? Minus 10 to 10. There will be exponential rise to be happened. Variation of the value is happening how much here? 0 to 20,000. Okay, sudden rise is to be happening. Okay, those are itself is called as a exponential rise. These exponential rises are to be present in many of the algorithm in order to resolve the problems with respect to the data analytics. Because of that reason, you should know this how to use the exponential expressions in Python. Because of that reason only, you should know about these execution. Hope it's clear to everyone. Okay, if it cleared, raise your hand. Okay, I have not defined here what is this x-axis, what is this y-axis. You can define that is also. Okay, I will take this x-axis plot and the y-axis plot. Can you see here? Now I got the y-axis and the x-axis. This is what the tool is to be required. Okay, but you have a skill. What you need to get in your graph. Okay, according to that skill, you have to write your code. Okay, earlier I don't have defined. Okay, now I defined. Okay, that is the water discharge and the power generation. It is to be appeared here. It means where you do changes, then correspond their changes, where it will happens in its output. You need to understand. That is very, very important. All these are what? That is a scattered plot and line plot. Then one more is the exponential curve. All these are the Cartesian curve. Okay, two-dimensional Cartesian curve. Next, we can discuss with respect to the what? The polar curve. Okay, that is the what the parameter which will be having with respect to that variation in the circular manner or the 360-degree dimension. Okay, those are also be called as a what? The polar curve. It means that there will be a x-axis and there will be a y-axis. Okay, I will take this as x, this as y. Okay, this is positive, then this is taken as negative, and this is positive, then this is negative. Okay, if any curve you are going to plot in between this with respect to the variation. Okay, these are called as the polar curve. Okay, with respect to the negative values, with respect to the positive values. Okay, if you are considering all those things, if you are going to proceed with respect to that construction of the plots, those are itself is called as a what? The polar plots. Okay, once you did this, understood that polar plot, then we have to draw, that is the circle r equal to p. Okay, then where p is what? The radius of the circle. What I need to do? I have to draw a circle. Okay, for this circle, the sum radius is defined. Okay, to do that one, then we are going to make use of this coding. Okay, what I need to do? First, I need to import, because the numpy is the what? Library which is to be available. Okay, this is the what the command is also be utilized. Then numpy as np. Okay, I'm defining this as a variable. Then import matplotlib for the what? plt command. Okay, because I'm also defining. Then create the what? Polar plot. I need to get this polar curve. For that reason, plt dot axes, that is axis. Okay, I need to get this graph. That is you have to write that is in within the parameter, that is parenthesis. Okay, open bracket, projection equal to, in single quote, you have to type polar. Then I will get the polar curve. Okay, what is the r value? Radius of that circle is 3. Okay, rads is equal to np dot arrange 0, 2 star np dot pi comma 0.01. What it means? I have to draw the whatever the curve is to be there, 2 pi r. What is this 2 pi r? This is the what? The circumference of the circle. Okay, what is the variation is to be get considered with respect to that? 0.01 variation to be get considered. Corresponding to that, we have to make the displacement. Then that to be get plotted with respect to the particular circular curve. Okay, so that plotting the circular curve for I in rads, that is radius. Okay, radius is what? Variable. Okay, that is I in radius. In that radius, the values are defined. Okay, plot dot polar I and r. Okay, then single quote you have to write g dot in order to get the graph in a particular color. What is to be required to be circled as into a particular plot. Okay, g dot. Then I will get what? The circle to be there with respect to that output. Then I have to show that plot. Okay, plt dot show. Okay, what is this for? Okay, these are called as a loop instruction. Okay, one is if is there, that I explained last class. If, then if else, okay, while and for. Okay, these are most commonly using in our code. Okay, but we are using what with respect to the for loop. Okay, this is what the loop. Okay, within this loop, the parameters are to be get changing in order to plot the circle. Okay, because of that reason, the looping instructions are also be required. Okay, this is what how you need to plot the polar curve for the radius of a circle R. Okay, I will take this to the Python. Okay, I have to add a code. Okay, I have to type. Okay, you can see here import. It is the command. Then numpy is the library to be entered as np. Okay, then matplotlib. Okay, this itself is what they here you can able to see here. What is this mathlib? Okay, if you are taken over, it means then it will show everything what is to be there. Okay, there is no necessity to define all these things. Automatically, it will take for that execution. Because of that reason, I have to define this matplotlib dot pyplot as what plt. Plt is what variable. Then to create a polar plot. Okay, plt dot xs. Then projection is equal to within single quote you have to type the polar. Then r is equal to 3. Then radius rds is equal to np dot arrange. The value what is to be get required to arrange 0, 2 np dot pi. Okay, the whatever the value is to be defined as a radius, then I need to get the circumference of that particular circus. Okay, whatever the values to be there with respect to that variation is the 0.01. Then plot the circle. Okay, because of that reason, I am using the for loop. Okay, I in radius, then plt dot polar. Okay, I comma r comma that in single quote g dot you have to type. Then you will get that particular polar curve itself. Then plt dot show in order to get your output. What I need to do? Just I have to run. Got my point? How you got the circle? Okay, here the variation we have given. Okay, according to that, the grid is also be used. Okay, then G dot, you can see here this kernel. This is there in green color. Okay, this is the what? The graph is to be required. What is that radius? Radius is 3. Can able to see here. 3. Okay, which will be drawn within the axis 0 to 360 degree. Okay, these type of graphs are called as the polar graphs. Is this clear? Next is centroid. Okay, the centroid is what? It is the point of the polar parameter who's to be happened in the particular circumference. Okay, that itself is called as a what? Centroid. Okay, we have defined one expression here. R is equal to phi 1 plus cos theta. For this expression, what I need to do? I need to plot the graph as well as I need to get the centroid. So that plot centroid. Okay, R is equal to phi 1 plus cos theta. Okay, then from PY-Lab, we have to import. Okay, because I need to get to the centroid point. So that the PY-Lab import star in order to get the library, in order to get the centroid curve. Okay, that is theta is equal to what? Line space. I have to define the values, whatever the graph I need to draw. 0, 2 star, that is 2 into np dot pi. Because I need to get a particular curve or the arc means then I should know the circumference that to be defined. Then what the values to be get considered to that variation is 1000. Then R1 is equal to 5 plus 5 cos theta. Because I'm multiplying this 5. 5 into 1 is what? 5. Okay, plus 5 cos theta. I'm defining. Getting me what I'm defining in the equation? Okay, that is what we are defined. Okay, R1 is equal to. Okay, instead of taking R, I have taken as a R1 because R is taken here. Okay, but it is a comment. Still, it is not to be considered. But R is present as a variable which won't be make the evaluation because I need to plot that as a keyword. Here R is there in this command. R is what it is? It is the keyword which to be utilizing in what? Python. that R cannot be used in your expression of your Python. Because of that reason, I define that as R1. R1 is equal to 5 plus 5 into cos theta. Okay, theta is defined. What is the angle which to be there? Okay, corresponding that I need to get the output. Show, then two parentheses. Okay, once you return this, then you will get the particular output itself. Okay, you can see here. Then you have to type this code in the particular platform what you are going to use it. Okay, I will click on it. Okay, then you can type. Once you have typed there, then you go for run. Okay, you can see here the whatever R is there now, it is the keyword in Python that R cannot be used with respect to that of variable. Because of that reason, instead of R, we are defined as a R1. Got my point? Okay, because the repetitive data parameter will be present. If the repetitive parameters are present means how that will understand to get its output, which is not at all be possible. You can take as R1, R2, R3, whatever you want. Corresponding that you can change in that code itself. Then you have to run. All of you see here. Okay, this is the centroid curve. Okay, this is also be what? A particular type of the polar curve, which ought to be get required. Hope you are understanding this. Okay, the variation was to be happened with respect to that of 0 degree to 360 degree. Okay, if you are getting me, if you are listening me, raise your hand. Okay, thanks for your response. Okay, now this centroid. What I used here, I used only one equation. Okay, but here the two equations are there. R is equal to A plus A cos theta, then R is equal to A minus A cos theta. Okay, what I need to do? I need to import the numpy. Then I need to import the what? That is a matplotlib. Okay, that is as PLT. Then numpy as NP. Then I have to import the maths, because whenever you are going to solve the multiple equation, then you have to always import the mathematics. Okay, then plot x's. The projection is equal to within the single code you have to write the polar. Okay, then radius you are taking a. Okay, that A is the parameter. Okay, of this expression. A equal to 3. Radius RAD equal to what? NP dot arrange. Okay, that is A range is nothing but the parameters are to be defined in the set of parameters which are to be required to plot. Okay, so that 0, 2 into NP dot pi star is into, okay, multiplication, then 0.01. Then plotting the centroid. What it is? For loop. Okay, I in radius. That is whatever the radius you have defined as RAD. Then R is equal to A plus A into NP dot cos of I. Okay, whatever the I value which will vary in, according to that I value, it has to draw its curve. Okay, because of that reason, the plot polar I comma R comma G dot, that is a G dot. Okay, this is with respect to the what? The plot I need to get. Then similar to that, R1 is equal to A minus, then A star NP dot cos I, then PLT dot polar I comma R1 into R dot. Okay, this is how you need to make use of the for loop which to be required. Later, what you need to do? I need to get that particular polar plot. So that PLT show. Why you are using this PLT? Because this complete what is to be there. Na? This is the mathematical evaluation by the use of the variables what are to be defined in the MATLAB. Okay, because of that reason, you have to use the PLT. Earlier, you are not used it. Simply, you are used show. Okay, why? Because we are not extracted MATLAB. Can you able to check here now? Okay, we are not extracted that. MATLAB is not at all be required for this centroid, but here is to be required because the multiple parameters are to be considered in order to plot the particular graph. Then what I will do? I will take this code. Okay. Then you have to add a particular tab. Okay, in that you have to type the code. Okay, that is what to get the centroids a equal to, that is r equal to a plus a cos theta and r equal to a minus a cos theta. Okay, a is what the parameters to be required. That is defined as 3. Okay, then once you did this typing, then simply you click on run. Understood? Okay, you can see here G is green color, R is red color. That to be displayed here. Red color, then green color. Okay, those are to be drawing with respect to that particular parameter. This is how you need to get the centroid curves which are to be get defined with respect to the mathematical expression. Hope it's clear to everyone.